Good evening. My name is Alexander Tessero, and this is my individual video project for Professor Khalim's Ethical Hacking and Countermeasures course, Hacme Casino 101, all the fun and benefits of hacking without the mess. Now, my project is essentially a tutorial on Hacme Casino, and my objective here is to introduce basic concepts to people who are new to hacking who have never done it before. My general topics for this demonstration will include SQL injections, phishing tactics, trapping requests on proxy servers, and exploiting patterns in web design. Hopefully you will all learn something and have a little fun on the way. Remember, they don't call it Hacme Casino for nothing. Programs and applications that you will need Windows XP, operating system, or virtual machine. For this, I would prefer that you use a virtual machine. Mozilla Firefox. You will need Hacme Casino version 1.0. You will need Java Runtime Environment 1.6 or greater. And lastly, you will need Peros Proxy Server. And all these are free, open source, and can be found online. And a few general helpful hints. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't work the first time. Have patience. The next hint, experiment. Try new things, try different loopholes. That's how we get better as hackers. That's how we find new security vulnerabilities, and that's how we help people make their systems more secure and better protected. Number 3, pay attention to everything you see, not just the visuals, not just the graphics and interfaces, but pay attention to the code that we'll be showing you and the web sessions, as well as the visual interface, because it's all three of these things put together that show you what kind of system you have and how you can exploit it and how you can find loopholes. And lastly, Hacme Casino is intentionally riddled with bugs, so we can learn how to exploit the system, because this is a tutorial program for new hackers. So, use caution if trying this on your home system. That's why we recommend using a virtual machine of Windows XP, so if your system gets damaged, it will only damage the virtual machine and not your home system. So if you're doing this on your home system, enter at your own risk. So that being said, let's begin. Click on our Start button, and I'm going to take you to my virtual machine, Windows XP mode. And here we are, Windows XP mode. Now, you're going to start by clicking on Hacme Casino Server Start. What this does is, this sets up port 3000 to be the port for our fake web session with Hacme Casino. So when we go into Hacme Casino through Firefox, we will see localhost 3000 in the URL space, but on the web page, where the graphics are, we will see Hacme Casino. And as I said, we will be using Peros Proxy Server later on. We will not be using that just yet. And of course, we will be using Mozilla Firefox to go into Hacme Casino. Internet Explorer has too many bugs. It's recommended that you use Firefox. It's the best suited server for this. Alright, now, this comes up, Windows Security Alert. That's alright, you just click Unblock, because we need to have it unblocked for what we're going to do. And you click Hacme Casino version 1. And it takes us here. Localhost 3000 and Hacme Casino. So you can see we have a lot of entertainment here, and of course we'll be playing Blackjack for this, and later on we'll be moving on to poker. Alright, now first we're going to try logging in, but not the usual way where you have to register and username and email address and phone number and all that stuff. We're going to just log in into someone else's email address who's not on right now, into someone else's profile. So, we're going to start with what's called a blind SQL injection. In the login space, we're going to press single apostrophe, and we're going to leave password blank. We're going to press enter. Login unsuccessful. Please try again. This suggests to us that that's what you get if there was a bad password or a bad username. So, for an SQL injection, we're going to try something else. Instead of apostrophe, we're going to press single quote now, which on your keyboard is to the left of the enter key. So we're going to press single quote, and we're going to leave the password blank again, and press enter. Now it says an error occurred during login. Please try again. This suggests to us that the SQL server here was unable to process that. So if we add on to it, we'll be able to hack into the server and grab hold of someone else's profile. So here's what we're going to do next. Single quote, close parentheses, space, capital OR, 1 equals 1, dash dash. And we're going to click login, and we've grabbed hold of this person's profile, Andy Aces, who is not logged in, but he doesn't know that, and now he is. So we have 0 chips, but we're going to change that very shortly. And our options are we can play blackjack, or roulette, or poker once we get chips. So right now we're in the lobby. Let's go over here and click on options. Over here we can transfer chips to another player, and we can cash out once we actually have chips. So what we're going to do first is we're going to use a web link that I have over here. We're going to use this. We're going to paste it in the URL. And what this says is, on localhost 3000, which is the Hacme Casino server, transfer chips, that's our function that we're going to do. We're going to transfer 0 chips, and we're going to attempt transferring them to Bobby Blackjack, who we'll find out about later on, and we are committing to transfer the chips. So this is verifying that we are going through with transferring chips. So we're going to press enter, and of course, as expected, this doesn't work because it's not an acceptable value. You can't transfer 0 chips to another person. You have to transfer something that's a positive number. So next we're going to try a different URL, a different kind. Now we're going to try transferring 1,000 chips, as you can see here, to 1,000 chips to Andy Aces. So what we're doing now is we're transferring 1,000 chips to ourselves, to our own user profile. And this won't work because, one, we're transferring 0 chips. I'm sorry, we're transferring 1,000 chips. This won't work because we're transferring it to our own user profile, first of all, and second of all, we don't have 1,000 chips. Now, if we were to do this command as someone else, then it would work. So let's just execute this command as Andy Aces, and we'll press enter. And of course, same thing, not an acceptable value. We don't have 1,000 coins to transfer, and you can't transfer to yourself. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to log out of our Andy Aces profile, and we're going to log in as another user, Bobby Blackjack. And I have his information here. This is his username, Bobby_Blackjack, all lowercase. And this is his password, 21, all lowercase, and with an underscore in between them. So we're going to put that in as our password and click login. Now we have access to Bobby Blackjack's profile. So this is assuming that we are Bobby Blackjack and that we're logging in our own profile. So Bobby Blackjack has 10,000 chips. Let's borrow from him for a little while. We're going to use that same link, that same URL that we just put in before. So we'll click this off, go back here, copy this one, now this is saying transfer 1,000 chips from the profile that we're in right now to Andy Aces. So now that we're in a different profile, and since we have more than 1,000 chips, this will work. So we press enter, and note that Bobby Blackjack just went from 10,000 to 9,000 chips. And if we wanted to, we could max him out. We're not going to do that. But I am a little greedy, so let's paste the link, and where it says transfer equals 1,000 right over here, we are going to make it 5,000, and we're going to press enter again. Now, Bobby Blackjack has went from 10,000 to 4,000. Very nice. So we're going to log out of Bobby Blackjack's profile, and we are going to log back in using the SQL injection. And we see now that Andy Aces has 6,000 chips. So now that we're able to play some of these games, I'm going to show you next how to exploit them in just a moment. Alright, now that we have 6,000 of someone else's chips, we're going to start playing some games and hacking the system and making some money. So we're going to start with Blackjack. I'm going to show you how the system on Blackjack works. Obviously, you get as close as you can to 21 without going over. If you get the highest number, you win. So let's try a few rounds here and see what happens. We're going to try 10 chips. We're going to click bet. I have 20, so I'm going to click stay. I won 10 tokens. I'm going to try again. Let's try 30 this time and click on bet. Now I have 13. I'm going to hit, and this time I'm going to stay. I won again, 30. Now I'm going to click on the new game. I'm going to try one more game. This time when I bet, I want you to pay attention to these numbers here, chips and bet. So I'm going to click bet. Notice that the number under bet changed from 30 to 40. That's how many chips I've bet. But the total chips that I have stayed the same. Hasn't gone down yet. So I have 11. I'm going to hit, and I'm going to stay now. And once again, I won 40. So you see, the game doesn't actually award you chips or take away chips until it's over, until the game is finished. So if I say lost 5-6 times in a row, here's a way that we can exploit this without me losing chips. I'm going to type in 6,000 chips. I'm going to bet 6,000 chips. But instead of continuing with the game, I'm going to go over here and click on lobby. Now I'm going to go back to Blackjack. I still have all my chips. No harm, no foul. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our proxy server. We're going to click on Peros Proxy. And we're going to use this to help us identify what exactly the steps are for the web session when we play Blackjack. So we're going to go click on Tools and Options. Make sure that this is set to localhost and port 8080. We're going to click on the tab here that says Trap, and we're going to click on Trap Request. Now, we have to tie this to Firefox. So we have to go to Firefox now and go to Tools, scroll down to Options, click on Advanced, and click on the Network tab, Connection, click on Settings, and click on Manual Proxy Configuration. Make sure this says localhost. Make sure this says port 8080. This enables the proxy server to listen to what's happening on Hacme Casino. Click OK. Click OK. So now we've tied the two together. So I'm going to bet 500 chips and click bet. Now this is going to keep going and going and going. It's never going to finish. So we're going to go to Peros because Peros has it trapped right now, and we will change this to tabular view. We've bet 500. We haven't performed any actions yet, so this is blank. We're going to click continue, let it continue on. We're going to hit, and again we're going to click continue, and we're going to put it in tabular view, and we are going to hit again, and continue again. Now it says our act, which is the action that we're performing, is H, hit. And we're going to hit one more time, and tabular view, boom. I lost 500. Now, the two acts that we can perform here are H and S, hit and stay. Now, you can only win if you stay and the other person goes over. If you keep hitting, you'll lose every time. But logically, if you hit just enough times and then stay, not only will the system send out a signal that says you stay, the system will send out another signal that says, hey, the other person went over, you win. So you get stay, and then you win, and then you get your chips all in one session. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to uncheck the box that says trap request, and we're going to leave the proxy server alone for a while. And we're going to go back to lobby, reset the game. I'm going to try betting 500 chips again, and we're going to keep betting until such time as we win. We're going to click on bet. Okay, I have 13. I'm going to hit. I lost 500. Okay, I'm going to bet 500 again. Bet. Hit. I lost again. Bet 500 chips. Bet. 4 king, 14. Lost 500. 500. Click on bet. I win. Blackjack. 575. So, now we've won. And we are not going to reset the game just yet. What we're going to do is, we are going to take this address, which activates the winning and the payout. And we're going to paste that into here, and we are going to hit enter. And you see here, player 1, 500. And my chips have now increased. And we can keep doing this over and over and over, as many times as you want, until you have the amount of chips that you want. Now I'm up to 16,000. All I have to do is keep activating this event that says stay, you won, pay in the chips. So we've exploited the system using proxy server and phishing tactics and the correct link. Alright, I'd say 25,000 should just about do it. So we're going to go back to our local host, back to the home page for Hacme Casino, and the Aces now has 25,000. So, the last game that we're going to play tonight is poker. And we're going to see if we can find a pattern here and exploit it to get money, similar to what we did with Blackjack. So poker, here you have stuff like royal flush, straight flush, four of a kind, so on and so on. We're going to do bet 1, and we're going to click on draw. You draw 5 cards, and we hold the ones that we want. I don't want any of them, so I'm going to click draw and get 5 more. Okay, I got minus 100 on that one. Let's try another game. Let's do bet 1, and we will draw. I have 2 queens, so I want to hold on to those. And I will hold on to the king as well, get rid of the others. Okay, I have jacks or better, so I get 100. And one more time, bet 1, draw, hold on to the 2 5s because it's a pair, get rid of everything else. I turned out to have 3 of a kind, so 300. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can find an algorithm that determines how the cards are shuffled or how the cards are dealt. So we're going to go on a little fish hunt, I guess you could say, a fishing expedition. We're going to paste this link in here which says localhost 3000 video poker test. We're assuming that test is the name of the method used to shuffle the cards. And it says unknown action, so there's no such method that exists here like that. So we'll try something else. We'll see if the method is called test video poker. Again, unknown, so there's nothing here like that. Alright, let's try test hand. Once again, unknown action. Alright, we'll try one more. cd:// localhost 3000 test deuces wild. And lo and behold, we have an error dump of the last game. And if we click on show session dump, we have the cards that were in our hand, and they each have a rank and a suit with a number attached to them. So we can probably use this in the next game to exploit the system and it shows us which cards we held, and it shows us which cards are coming up in the next game. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our local host for Hacme Casino, go to our lobby, and start a new game of poker. Now, this time, we are going to bet 1, we're going to draw, and we're going to paste that same link, the test deuces wild, in a separate tab, and we're going to see the error dump for this game that we're in right now. And we're going to see if we can find a pattern here. And we'll have a notepad file here to transcribe everything. Now, for the first card rank, we have a 4, and here we have a 6. And the suit is 2, so that means 2 for a suit means hearts. So for suits, 2 equals hearts. The next one is a king, and the king is suit is 0, and that's a spade. So 0 equals spades. And we're going to figure out what the rest of them are right now. We're going to do bet 1, and we're going to do draw, and we're going to repost this link, and now show error dump again, show session dump again. We're going to look at the 5, which is of hearts. We have that. Let's take a look at what diamonds are. The jack of diamonds has a suit of 1, so that means 1 equals diamonds, which must mean 3 equals clubs. And for rank, simply add 2 to your rank. So this is a 9, we add 2 to it, we know it's an 11, so it's a jack. Now, if we scroll down here to VP game, and we go all the way to the bottom, we can see what cards are coming next. According to this, the next 2 cards will be a queen of hearts and an 8 of spades. Got that? Queen of hearts, 8 of spades. So I'm going to hold 3 cards and click draw, see what happens. And sure enough, queen of hearts, 8 of spades. So we've now cracked the code to solving the puzzle. I'm going to save this as code so I can use it later to exploit the system even more. Now, this is different in that we can't use this to change the cards that we get, but we can use it to see what's coming up. So maybe get ourselves a better hand and we can win big. So that's it for Hacme Casino. Hopefully you've all learned something from this. I've shown you fishing expeditions. I've shown you how to get stuff from your user account, how to get stuff out of other people's user accounts. And it's been a fun time for me, and I'm hoping it's been a fun time for you too. And I encourage all of you to download Hacme Casino, download these tools, and try them out for yourself and see what works for you.